Yeah, so this is what we understand about dictionary, that how the dictionary is created. Dictionary is created by either flower bracket or
Mm-hmm.
we have created by dictionary by the DICT function or DICT class itself,
Okay.
right? And then we
Mm-hmm.
saw like how to check the dictionary. We just see the type of book, this type
Mm-hmm.
of object. So we saw the book is of the type DICT.
Mm-hmm.
Then what we did, we added or updated. Now you can say update also or we can say add also.
Okay.
What we added is a key and value pair.
Yes.
So we saw P, J, C, and R, the other keys.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
there are corresponding values like Python, Java, C language, and Ruby.
Yep.
So that way we added or updated item into the book,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we
Yeah.
can find out how many, like by using the dictionary object, we
Mm-hmm.
can find out which are the keys are available in the dictionary, which are the values available in the dictionary, and how
Mm-hmm.
to access the particular value based on the keys. All these things we tried with hands-on,
Yes.
right? So this was like about what the dictionary is and how to create dictionary, how to update a dictionary, and then after that we wanted to do actually even removing the dictionary. So can you tell me how to remove the dictionary? Let's say you want to remove some items from the dictionary. How to do
Pop.
that? By in the pop method. But in the
Mm-hmm.
pop method, what we do, we provide the key,
Yes.
right? So here we are saying, okay, I want to remove the dictionary which corresponds to the key
Mm-hmm.
C now, right? And accordingly, the values will be values at that key value pair will be deleted from the dictionary.
Can you go up, sir?
Yes, you can see that now. This thing
No, no. Scroll up. Scroll up 1 minute.
here.
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, can you see that how we updated, how we have modified? Here we did
Yeah.
update like C equal to CPP program. Here it was a C language, so we did all this step now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Go down. Yes, yes.
Yeah, and then after that we saw C was having the value like CPP program. Then because we updated here,
Mm-mm-mm.
and then we just remove by using the method called pop.
Oh, when we update, what was the value, C value there prior?
See, previously it was a C language. Remember that previously the value for C was C language.
Okay, okay.
Then we updated by CPP program,
Okay.
right?
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way we have to update, and then this is the way. After that, what we did, we saw the value now. Can you see these values?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes,
Then
perfect.
we remove this.
Perfect.
Got it now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the way the dictionary was created, updated, and we saw the values, and also so that we call CRUD operation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we created, we read, we update, and delete.
Mm-hmm.
We also saw how to get the value of the dictionary by using the method called get.
Okay.
Like book.get of P means we could access the value of P means key now, which is having the value Python now, right now. So by using the get method, how to access or how to read the particular data items. Okay, so like get is to obtain the value using the key. Okay, so this is also one of the way to do that. And the other way I say like you can access also by using the just book of square bracket P. That way also you can access it.
Sure, sir. It's perfect.
Okay, but in this case, in the case of line number 21, you can also modify in case you want to modify.
Okay.
But in the case of get, it is just to access.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you want to modify, you will require to use this like you have to have the square bracket of P only, or you need to use a method called update.
Okay.
Okay, so there is one more method called update is also available. What is how to actually have the update method? Let's say you have a book B1. I will just get a dictionary right away. Let's say I have a dictionary B1 and I have some items now. Let's say I'll create it right away now.
Just append.
Yes.
You can use append operation, right?
It is not append. It is the update of a method actually, and we can directly create also. That's what I'm showing you now. So let's say I want to create a new dictionary right now. I don't need. It is not necessary that I should do it one by one. I'm creating straight away in the one line only.
Okay.
So how I'm creating, let us see. Like how we created the list directly in one line. Same way, dictionary also can be created in one line itself. So I'm let us do this now. Let's say I have this A for, let's say, Ansible, and let's say I have something like AWS Cloud. So you may have some other items. Let's say N for networking. Now these are some other book item. B1 is another dictionary itself, right? Now this B1, which we created just now, is a kind of dictionary which is actually created immediately, like by just seeing the B1 equal to in the curly bracket all those items. You can see how the items are added.
Yes. Perfect.
Print of B1. What should be the output?
Everything.
So this notebook is actually somewhere hang, I guess. So what should we do now? We have options available for that. Sometimes the notebook hang because the kernel maybe kernel got stuck somewhere. That time we need to restart the notebook also.
Okay.
So just now I restarted and you can see the output also.
Yes, perfect.
Right now we have a book. We have a book available already. Book is a dictionary. If you see the book, this is a dictionary, and we have B1 also. Now, can you see something interesting here? Let us say you update the book by B1. So now, if you want to update the book by B1, means all those items which are available in the B1 should be added in the book now.
Okay.
So if you want to do it in one line, how to do that? I see.
B1 book is equal to B1.
No, that is not the way. That is not equal to. If you do equal to, it will modify completely.
Book. Okay.
Update, rather than saying, see, update and modification, there's a huge difference.
Okay.
Never do that. Like, let's say if we say book equal to B1, means all that value which are there in the book will get modified and only the value related to B1 will be there.
Okay.
So that's the reason we need to use a method called update.
Okay.
In the update method, you can say now I want to add the dictionary called B1.
Okay.
Inside the dictionary book.
Okay.
Now the interesting stuff here, now like there's a R equal to R is having the value like Ruby in the book.
Yes.
And I'm saying R as a value R language. So what will happen, like in this case, in the dictionary of book, whether we have both the R or whether we have something else. So that you are going to check it now.
Okay.
Because as per the definition, you cannot have a duplicate keys.
I think the second R will be updated.
Exactly. So now that is what you are going to see it now.
The recent one will be updated.
I'm going to modify this dictionary and see the output now. So now we can see that there is only one R, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now the value of R got modified by R language rather than Ruby now.
One question. You have updated whatever is there in B1 to book, right?
So B1 is a new dictionary and we updated.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah.
In the B1.
Yeah.
Now,
I thought the recent value will be updated. The recent value is Ruby itself. But since we are updating B1 into book, it makes sense. Yes.
Right. Now, like the print of book has got the value coming from the B1 as well as the value which are already available.
Yes.
In the book. So this way you can update the dictionary also.
Okay.
So you got it, like how to update the dictionary?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, fine. So now the thing is, like we know like what the dictionary is, we know the dictionary operation and all these methods and the practice we did now. The next thing which we have is a book case study.
Okay.
Now the case study is something like we're going to make it a little bit complex now. Right now, what we saw, it was a little bit. I can say all the things were straightforward and the things were very much simple. Now, mostly case study is something assignment, which generally I ask the learner to try themselves. So I will tell you like what is the assignment now. Okay. The assignment is like this. Let's say you want to create books like 3 books now. I'll tell you what actually the assignment is. Let's say we want to create 3 books. Now, these 3 books in such a way that, let's say I have a books here, I have another thing is the author, and and then there should be a relationship between the books, author, and publisher. Publisher.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So if there are 3 dictionary in this case, okay. So this dictionary, you want to build it in such a way that the authors are actually belonging to the books. Okay. So like, books has an author, right?
So authors will belong to book and publishers will also belong to book.
Right. Exactly. So now this should be then done later, right? So it will be like, because once you have publisher and author both available, then only I'm just making the proper order, so that let's say we have publisher first and then we have authors and then both belong to the books. But here the condition is like this publisher has a like a let's say many publisher. Okay, and let's say we have a publisher like a P1 publishers. So let's say this is this is something having a publisher as a list of publisher. So we can have pub1 equal to something like, let's say a publisher 1. And pub2 as a publisher 2, pub3 as a let's say publisher 3. So we have a 3 publisher, and these 3 publisher belong to this dictionary publishers. Let's say publishers here now, having the value like a P1 to the value coming from pub1. Then we have a P2, the value coming from pub2. So I'm making it a little bit complex now. Okay, so things will not be that simple now. You have to be very careful while typing here. When the value we want, we have to we don't put a single quote. When we want to define something, we put a single.
No, but is that P1, P2 a string?
P1, P2, P3 are the keys now. Obviously, these are the unique key which we are creating.
So for the key also, you're going to put the quotes in the, I mean, is it within the quotes? Because we use the quotes only for strings, right?
Yes, the keys are string right now in this case. So
okay. Yeah, that was my question. Is the key the string here? Okay.
Yeah, in this case, obviously, it is obvious. Like you can see, like it is not 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yes.
If the number, number means you don't require a quote.
Okay.
But if it is a string, like P1 is obviously it is a string. It cannot be a number, right? Is the P1 is a number now?
No.
So obviously it is a string then, right? So now, as it is a string, we have to definitely put the quote for that.
Okay.
Right? So let's say we have a 3 publisher and we have 3 authors.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay.
And the value should be coming from author 1, then author 2,
author 3.
A3. Obviously, this should be defined. You cannot use it before without defining it.
Okay.
So we should have a author 1,
author 2, author 3.
So this should be defined, then only I can use it here. I cannot use it without defining it. So now The value will come from this publisher to here, this from authors to here. This is the way value will come. So now this will have certain field now. So publisher will be having the publisher name, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's say P name.
So what are you trying to show here, sir?
Yes, I'm going to show the relationship between the dictionary.
Dictionary and?
Dictionary can be like, you can say like it's kind of a database.
Uh-huh.
So like nowadays we have a dictionary database.
Okay.
So dictionary database like MongoDB, we have a MongoDB as a database. We have a JSON as a database. JSON is a type of a scripting language where you can store data. So how do you store object and how do you show the relationship between the object?
Okay.
So this is one case study which you need to do it actually.
Okay.
So I'm just giving you like one sample example where how you can add the complexity. Let's say you have a 3 dictionary. One is publisher dictionary, one is your author dictionary, and the other one is the books dictionary. The first thing is, can you show the relationship between the books dictionary with the publisher as well as with the authors?
Okay.
Let's say if you show the relationship, then can you modify it if it is a because it will be dictionary of dictionary then.
Yes.
So that way the dictionary will become complex dictionary. So if that dictionary become complex, can you modify it? Then how to modify it? How to perform the operation like read operation, update operation when the dictionary is complex.
Okay.
That is what the thing which we need to understand.
Okay.
So the previously what we did, it was a simple dictionary. It was just like simply to create a dictionary. But in the real time scenario, you may have a complex dictionary.
Okay.
So if the dictionary is a complex, then in that case, how to perform the action?
Okay.
For example, in the books case, you may have a more than like for one book, you may have a many authors.
Okay.
Right? So you can have relationship like, okay, the relationship of a book with one book is written by 2 authors or 3 authors. So that relationship will be shown here now.
Okay.
Okay, book relationship with the authors.
Okay.
But in the case of publisher, obviously, if only one publisher can publish the book, right? Can you have a 2 publisher publishing same book?
No.
No. So that's why it is a one-to-one relationship.
Okay.
So we need to understand how to define relationship in the dictionary now.
Okay.
So let's say you want to define the one-to-many relationship or many-to-many relationship. Now, many-to-many relationship means we have to show like, okay, one book can be written by many authors. Similarly, many authors can write or you can say one author can write many books.
Many books. Okay.
Possible? Let's say I'm an author, I can write 10 books.
Yeah, you can.
Right? Similarly, the one book can be written by the 2 authors also.
That is also possible.
Yeah, so that is what we call many-to-many relationship. You got the many-to-many relationship?
Yes.
Right? And one-to-one, how it is?
It's only the author and the...
Yeah, so...
One-to-one is publisher. Only one publisher can publish.
So you can have only one publisher. Right? So in this case, you can have like a publisher as a one. So there's a one. See, these are called relationship. In database, we have a relationship.
Okay.
So if you study database, like in database, and you will come to know how relationship between the tables are defined.
Okay.
So relationship between the table will be like in the case of table, you have to understand then that, okay, I have a books table. Then I have a table like authors table. I have a table like what you can say publisher table. Then how to do relationship in the database.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case, if you have the prior skill in the database, then it is very easy to understand.
Okay.
But if you do not have that prior skill, then it will be a little bit challenging for you to do this assignment also. Okay. So anyhow, but then these are the fundamental concepts which are connected to database now.
Okay.
So now let's say you want to show the relationship, how to show relationship and how to create a dictionary. So you know how to create dictionary now. Dictionary we created previously also, like publisher name is something like you can say O'Reilly publication. Okay, and
You told we need to create the relationship, but you didn't create anything.
can you repeat your question?
You want me to find out that?
No. See, I'm showing one sample example.
Mm-mm-mm.
Then you have to actually, do it, continue this exercise.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm showing you one sample example. Then you have to fill the, because you will require to practice this part.
Okay,
Without
sure, no issues.
you won't understand this dictionary topic.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
You got it? Why I ask you to practice? Because this case study is like a relative case study.
Mm-hmm.
Unless until you have practice on the list, tuple, and the dictionary, you will not able to solve this dictionary.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Mm.
So now here, I'm just showing one sample example here. Let's say I'm creating the publisher here, having the P name and having, let's say, P name. Then we have, let's say, city. City is something, let's say, Delhi. Whatever city you want to take it. And let's say country,
Okay.
having the value as a India. And let's say publisher has some information related to, let's say, web.
Mm-hmm.
And the value is something like www.ore. So here we are just taking, like, let's say this is like one of the dictionary for publisher 1.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, you have publisher 2, publisher 3, that kind of values will be there.
Okay.
Now publisher will get the value coming from the dictionary. It will come here now, right?
Okay.
Similarly, authors will be there, where you can have the A name 1, having the author name, let's say Surendra. So you may think about, okay, first name, last name also, rather than A name, first name as Surendra, L name, having the value. So this way you have a something like city for the author, and let's say Pune, and state Maharashtra, something like that, and let's say email. You can have any field. I'm just like sample example only.
Okay, no issues. Go ahead.
Okay, this is the way you can do it.
Yes, that's perfect.
Right. So now this is something like for author 1.
Okay.
You may have the value which will be different for both, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have now something for publisher 2.
Mm-hmm.
You will have something related to publisher 3.
3, yeah.
The only thing is the changes will be in the publisher may change here, say Tata.
Mm-hmm.
Here you may have something else.
Okay.
So which one you want to take it?
Anything is fine.
Yeah. So anything you take it here. This is
Yes.
just an example. You may have BPB or something like that.
Okay.
So this is just like the name of the publisher, and then you may change some item like here this is Delhi. You may have somewhere like Pune. any city you can have change, maybe
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they've already got modified. So now this 3 publisher belong to this publisher, right? Now if you print these publishers,
Yes.
you'll have publisher dictionary. Okay, so 3 dictionary will be added in the 1 publisher dictionary. Similarly, you'll have author things.
3 dictionaries, 1 full. Okay. ಆಯ್ತು. Okay.
And the author name will have a change.
It is same. Okay, we'll change it. Okay.
Yeah, you can set it, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Anything you can write it now.
Yes.
You should be doing what, you should be changing this data value. Okay, why?
Okay.
Don't put as it is.
Okay.
Change, add some more field or remove some field or modify the value so that you have practice on this.
Done.
Okay, so because for you don't have right now database background, that's why I'm trying to take it in more detail. So something like this, and you may change all this value now.
Okay.
This value you have to change it. I'm just putting it right now. I just change the first name. You have to change remaining value then.
Sure, sir.
Then you have to show the relationship between the books. So you again have a book one like a B1. Okay, so this way you got a print value of authors.
Yes.
Okay, maybe I will keep these books in the next sale. So right now this much is done. So let us print this much itself.
Okay.
See what happened now.
P1 P name.
So you got the value coming from
key and the value. Yeah.
Yeah. So the corresponding value is a dictionary itself.
No,
So
just
we have a publisher, and publishers has a dictionary like a pub1, pub2, pub3. So 3 dictionary in a one dictionary, that is publishers.
One minute, sir. It's taken the key first, and that is in the public. P1 Oriali city, Delhi, country, India, West. Oriali. Oh, okay, I got it, sir.
So this way you have a publishers dictionary.
But why do we do this? I didn't understand.
Dictionary, just to tell you, like, this is author dictionary to print. For your understanding, I'm just writing this like a comment so that this is like you are understanding now what we are doing now. Okay, so we created the true dictionary now. Yes, what's your question now?
I didn't understand what I understood that you gave 3 publishers' name details, and then you printed it.
Okay.
And then you gave 3 authors' details, and again you gave a author key and what is it related. I mean, it's name or whatever. Then again you printed it. But why did you do all this? I didn't understand.
I told you, like, we are going to create a table, right? We are going to create a books table.
Okay.
And books, we should show the relationship now. This is like a simple dictionary we created. Now the thing is, we are going to create a relationship between the books as well as with the publisher as well as with the authors. So now the complex step will start.
Okay.
So now how we'll create it like a book 1, where you will have what? Title. And the value will be corresponding to the new book title. Let's say you can have the book name as a Python, or you can say Thinking in Python. This is the title. And now here in this case, the publisher is coming from, so let's say we have a publisher, which is, let's say now publisher 1. The value is coming from these publishers now. So you may access this way publishers of P1. And in case of authors, you have author, and these authors you may have something coming from like AUTHS is equal to colon. So this is a key now. Publisher 1 is a key, so it has to be report This is a key and this is a value coming from this another table.
Okay.
Author is also having now the value, let's say, coming from the two dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say our two authors.
Mm-hmm.
So how these authors will be coming here now? From the dictionary, like authors, I may have a list of authors.
Okay.
So I'm making too much complex now here.
Okay.
So authors of, let's say, first A1,
Mm-hmm.
and then you may have authors of A2.
Okay.
And then you may have a date of publication. And let's say the value correspondingly is something like 05, then 06, 2018. So now if you print this you can think about putting there itself. So now here we have date of publication, start and stop.
Okay.
So let us see. There is something wrong here.
Yes.
Can you tell me what is wrong here?
Just checking.
Yeah, here the list box is not closed.
Where?
Here, the list box is not closed. The list box which you started from here, it shall be closed here. That was the wrong thing.
Oh, they both belong to one thing? Okay.
So like we started the list box here, we say list of authors.
Okay, okay.
Here we didn't close here. So that's why the error was there.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can see it now. The error is removed. This way you can see also. And print book 1. See what is the book 1 right now. It's becoming a little bit complex now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the book 1, what happened now? Can you tell me how can define the book 1 now? This includes what?
This includes title and whatever you have described about the title.
Yeah, so what?
And the publisher, its key.
Yeah, so publisher is coming from publisher table, and the keys are coming from the authors table.
Author table. Oh, yeah.
Referring now. We are just referring to existing authors only.
Yes.
Are you getting?
Yeah, yes, sir. Perfect.
Yeah, so now if you look at this book 1.
Oh, got the trick.
Book 1 dot keys. Which are the keys now? Title, publisher 1, authors, and date of publication.
Yes.
These are the keys. And the corresponding values are coming from varieties of table like authors table as well as from publisher table.
Okay.
Okay, so this way you will require to continue this like creating the book 1, then book 2. Book 1 is created, book 2 and book 3. And then create a dictionary of books itself. That is the final.
Okay.
So this is something which we are going to practice it later.
Okay.
Okay, so once you finish this practice, then only we can have the further like accessibility and updating, how to update it, that all can be done.
Okay.
So can you do it right now or when you can do this now? Because this is something which is a kind of assignment which we do it quickly.
No, I can do it later.
Yeah, so but then because this is like assignment to you then.
Tomorrow. Yes.
Once you finish the assignment, then only I can go ahead for the dictionary part. Okay.
Okay, sir. Tomorrow I can do that. You can start the dictionary.
Yeah, so dictionary is now finished here now. We have finished the dictionary. It is just the assignment. I already finished more than 50% of the assignment. You have to do now remaining 50%.
What I should do exactly?
You need to create I created the book 1 dictionary right now.
Okay.
Then you create a book 2 and book 3 dictionary.
Okay, I'll do that,
Okay,
sir.
that is there. And then create a books also,
Okay.
which books will be having all the 3 dictionary together. And
Okay.
then the assignment is you should be able to modify the first name and last name of the author using the final dictionary books. So that is the kind of relationship we have to show them. Then you will understand the the complexity of the dictionary.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that kind of things you will require to do. So you will require to do multiple operation on the books dictionary after
Sure,
creation only.
sure, sir.
Okay, so this is the assignment for you right now, and then once you finish it, so I'll write it here that create books dictionary using 3 books and relationship between book, publisher and author. So this way relationship should be shown, and then next thing will be update author of update first name or last name, whatever it is. Okay, update last name
Okay.
of so always write a triple posting.
Okay.
Update the last name of all the books using books dictionary only.
Okay.
So you should be able to update also.
Sure, sir.
So this is assignment.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
this assignment, once you do it, then we can go ahead for the books dictionary here.
Okay, sir.
Are you clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Yeah, fine.
What we'll do now?